One claim that I'm working on right now, which is working out very well, just because of sort of the music that I create and the music that I'm into, is the headline, "Nobody makes tropical house like this." No, and I'm experimenting with different ones. "Nobody makes tropical tech," because my music tends to be a little bit. Tropical house is already a thing and sort of already has its defined sound, and I'm more kind of on the outside orbit of that sound. So nobody makes tropical tech like this. Nobody makes techno this fruity. Nobody makes techno this tropical. Because you're making a claim that nobody else does this, or best ever, and then that gets people to investigate and click and watch the video. And basically at that point, like, I'm sorry to say this, but two things happen. Either you get totally razzed on it and burned, and people are like, you're a joke, which isn't a bad thing, or they love you. And no matter what you do, there's going to be haters. Like, there's people that hate Big Room. There's also people that love it to the point where they just cannot let it go, and they're just dying for the chance to see a second wave of that. There's people that hate what John Digweed does, and he also has a diehard fan base to the point where, like, he's made such a great living from it. So, these are just things to consider. Get people to investigate you without hurting them, because at the end of the day, all of this is subjective. I mean, everything is subjective, sort of in our world, and you see that often with just the way that stars are broken or eased into society, and basically there's deep sociology that goes into it, that's happening there. You flood the market with something, and eventually people do start to accept it. It's weird like that. Psychology and sociology are very, very interesting. And if you haven't had a chance to dive into that, if you really want to go down a crazy life path of a deep interest, that all of this marketing and sort of how to break yourself as an artist into the public, if you want to kind of get into that deeper, go into sociology and psych. It's crazy. Edward Bernays, by the way, check him out. But yeah, so think about how you're going to get the crowd to investigate, and like, as an artist, yeah, you're going to have to take more than a few on the chin. People are gonna really say some things that are very not kind sometimes, but then you'll get fans too, so it'll be okay. But that's unavoidable. So already start to get comfortable with that. As people investigate, at some point it does become real, meaning they're really gonna watch and they're really gonna make a judgment call on it, and they're either gonna like you or hate you, but either way, it's gotta happen. So